Alright, don't get distracted. Keep going. I'll be back to check in. Alright, thanks, sir.
I haven't even done the introduction yet. Hey man, check out this new Facebook website.
Oh, okay.
You can add your friends and add photos and just talk to people and stuff. I'll show you. I'll log in.
Cool.
All you do is you use your email address.
Shouldn't we be doing the assignment part?
No, plenty of time for that. And stuff like that. And yeah, it's pretty good. You should get a Facebook. You shouldn't think like anyone. You should add me.
Yeah, no worries then. I'll have to look into getting one.
Do it. It's good fun. You should add me now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright. I'm not going to school tomorrow.
Cyberbullying or online bullying is using technology to deliberately and repeatedly tease, torment, and threaten a victim or victims. Cyberbullying occurs in a number of fashions, through the use of mobile phones, emails, or through social networking sites such as Facebook or Twitter. Examples of cyberbullying include sending anonymous threatening emails or spreading rumors on fake social networking accounts using real photos and contact details. Cyberbullying can have many negative effects on teenagers. The Raising Children Network relates cyberbullying directly to low self-esteem, less interest in school, and a deep sense of loneliness. Research goes on to say that students feel they have no safe place due to the extensive technological sources that cyberbullying can occur in, day or night. One statistic states that nearly 1/4 of children who use mobile phones have reported receiving a threatening or abusive text, and 14% have reported sending one. But how does cyberbullying affect Australian students all over Australia? Well, cyberbullying comes down to the notion of difference. Difference is an idea that is always relational, and it may reference to an invisible unspoken center or the social norm that validates difference, like, oh, she's different, for no particular reason except she's different from the norm. Difference through cyberbullying relates to bullying amongst most children, in particular primary school students, in the sense that it creates a distance between two people or groups further than what it can be in a particular student or group wasn't bullied online. The induction of non-face-to-face bullying or online bullying increases the regularity of this distance between victim and bully growing. Okay, so how might you address the issues that are present within cyberbullying?
Yeah, so Alex, what ideas do you have for how you might teach about difference?
Well, I think it's important to consider that there are effects on both the bully and the victim. Online bullying creates a distance between the two people. I feel as though it allows bullies to act more boldly and more avenues than face-to-face bullying. So they've got, it's not to front of one-on-one confrontation physical, it's more behind the keyboard they can write whatever they like, and it could be any person. It's not just a stereotypical bully.
I think it creates greater distance of difference between the bully and the victim. It helps teach the students how to stop cyberbullying. What other things do you reckon you can do?
I think we need to really maybe educate on the things that students should not do to avoid cyberbullying, like giving out personal information to strangers. I mean, anything you put on a computer or in a text message becomes public property. I mean, you got to keep your things private. You know, Facebook safety itself, when you go on online and look at the Facebook safety site, it says, you know, you have to keep private things private and set your privacy settings. You got to report abuse to them because they have terms of agreement and things like that. And they even have tips for teens. Like, we have some of them that say, you know, don't give out your password to anyone and don't accept friends that you don't know, things like that. So I think we really need to educate teenagers, you know, so they can learn about difference in that sense. Yeah. What are some other strategies you can think of, guys?
Well, there's a strategy on the Facebook Safety Centre, and it's called Get Rid. And basically, that's a 6-step process in trying to eliminate cyberbullying. Basically, you've got block or delete the person engaging in cyberbullying.
Okay.
The next step you've got is ensuring you keep evidence of the bullying, so any text messages, any Facebook statuses, any comments on photos, and make sure you save a copy. And then the next step would be to tell a trusted adult or friend. It's not just anyone that you can confide in. The next step is to report the abuse. You can click report abuse on any link, photo, comment on Facebook. If you feel as though the messages are threatening, I think you should definitely see the local police about it. The next step would be to ignore bully behaviour, and that's tell the bully, stop. I don't want this. And the next step, obviously the last step, would be to delete online messages. That's obviously once you've saved a copy of the
GETRID.
Yeah.
So go block, ensure, tell, report, ignore, delete.
Yeah, that's it.
I think that's good. I think kids would.
I think we're onto something.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's from the Safety Centre from Facebook. You'd reference that.
Okay.
So moving on, how do you hope to draw out the event to assist learners to understand their deeper understanding of difference? So this is continuing on from teaching difference. How do you help them understand more?
Do you have an opinion on that, Matt?
Well, as mentioned before, cyberbullying is a new
Conduit?
conduit, that allows bullying to take place from the safety of one's home, which is pretty scary if you think about it. And I'd hope that all stakeholders understand the difference that is caused when cyberbullying does occur. Online bullying causes a number of things, including a rift between not only themselves and the victim, but it also has adverse reactions for additional people involved. So when you think about it, it involves the wider community, not just the two involved. So.
And yeah, as I mentioned before, it has detrimental effects like, cyberbullying can have depression, and can create someone to have a fear for their safety because cyberbullying is so widespread. And you would hope that people deepen their understanding because cyberbullying is such a national thing. The population of students being so technologically involved with
Sassy,
savvy. CTs may not understand so much about the cyber technology as students do, and it's an epidemic that is affecting students all over. So, it's you would hope that people would draw out a deeper learning of cyberbullying just because of those factors.
It should be clear that also it's not a new age kind of thing. It's more an epidemic. It has reached a level where it's not uncommon. I think it needs to be addressed effectively.
Well, I think it's becoming more and more apparent in today's society because technology is having more an advanced role. It's becoming more apparent, so it needs to be definitely touched on.
Definitely. I think moving on, question for you two. How might the event allow you to work as an educator, as we are both as we're all educators, in the case working to overcome disadvantage and marginalisation of groups within our classroom and the greater community?
Well, I think firstly, it's important to understand that every action holds a reaction. So it would be important also to emphasise the importance of equality in both the classroom and the community, touching on both aspects. Use the axis of identity to better understand firstly your students, and then why cyberbullying may or may not occur, and then use this knowledge then to overcome the marginalised students in your classroom because of cyberbullying. So also be on the lookout for warning signs from the kids in the classroom. Max, I believe you've looked out for some certain signs.
Being upset before or after using the internet, like that anxiety, like if a kid saw a bully in the playground, it's the exact same thing. Withdrawal, being more moody than usual or showing obvious changes in behaviour, like sleep patterns, things like that. Spending much longer online, and refusing to use the computer at all, the extremes of both angles. exiting or clicking out of computer activity if you walk by a student, and they're exiting out of, say an email, or if your school allows Facebook, out of Facebook quickly, you need to be aware that obviously it's something that student doesn't want you to see. They may even avoid computer classes or school altogether. Their marks may reduce. The normal signs of bullying are there, but the specific ones like their computer use, how they act around the computer, things like that, and just feeling really, really out of touch with their school population, because even at home, they're not, they're getting bullied through the internet. They can't even go on the internet, they can't use their phone, and being such, as we said before, technologically savvy, that's a really major thing that teachers got to look out for, and we definitely need to educate the students in the community on it. I mean, anyone in the community can be a cyber bully. It's totally different to face-to-face bullying, like Alex said before, where anyone can be it. And students need to understand that the context in which they conduct themselves online, so that, anyone can be behind the keyboard, and anyone can be the bully, and anyone can be the victim. And I think if the community understands more about that, and as you said before, what students shouldn't do, giving out personal information, things like that, keeping your settings private, not accepting people you don't know, I think that they would understand the implications of the cyber world and the bullying that can be involved, and then therefore they can tackle the effects more successfully, and that can really help with a detrimental issue that's in our modern era right now.
Exactly.